Good morning, gamers, and welcome in. Happy Monday. I don't know why I'm wide awake. I woke up at like 10 o'clock. Doing pretty good this morning. Yeah, the internet was interesting last night after I got home. I Actually, this wasn't after I got home, but it blew up. It blew up, and this goes into gaming news. So, what I'm about to show you is probably the. Come on. Why is this all like tangled back there? What's this tangle on? Anyway, I'll just sit it here. I was gonna pull the mic back and talk and relax a little bit on this. But alright, this is probably one of the most worst takes of 2023. This is a take that nobody should give. Hold on, I wanna see something. This is a take that nobody in the video game community should ever give, okay? You have half of the fan base after you right now over this statement, alright? Now, I even gave my take as this being the biggest L of 2023. And that is this very take right here, which I hate. I'm not even this upset me last night too. This is this is how you can tell I'm a Zelda fan. I do not like this take. There are a lot of people that do not like this take. My Zelda fan days started here with this very game. So let's get into what this game is, and then we'll get into other news. But this is probably one of the most worst takes I've ever seen for the whole entire year. This takes the cake. Alright? There's nothing worse than this. Except, I remember one time there was a take back before Starfield came out that was on the level of, it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And you're talking about an opening screen to a game. And I don't know. You gave one of the most dumbest takes ever. But this isn't dumb. This is a past dumb. This is a take that'll get that'll get the Zelda fan base after you, and I was one of them. And I don't know who this person is, but they got the biggest L of 2023 for this take. All right, let's go into it. So this take right here has been sitting with me all night. It sat with me yesterday. I keep looking at it, and it just irritates me. It just irritates me a little bit more every time I look at it, because it's obviously the person that said it is not old enough. Is not old enough to say this kind of crap about this game. Alright? If you did not grow up in the era of the Nintendo 64, I want you to realize something. You don't deserve to say anything. You do not deserve to say anything about this game. Alright? You pissed off. You pissed off a lot of people in the comments down below. Our 610 comments. This got bookmarked. This got 1.1K. Alright? So, and I'm not even going to look through half of the comments, but the comments are based on the fact that, okay, so actually I will scroll through the comments. I want to show you something. Miss Click gave her take on it. MVG. Stealth here. Where'd he go? Like, a lot of people are genuinely mad at this person for saying this. If don't go in and ever say anything, okay? This person right here, I don't know who you are, but then you click their profile and they're acting like, "Oh, I didn't." First of all, they're weirdos, okay? This is a Sonic weirdo that shouldn't be saying anything about another game. If you're gonna criticize something, criticize the new Sonic games. I don't care. Sonic is a game for furries. I hate to break it to you, but that is why I don't play much Sonic. Go hang out with somebody like Chris Chan, for fuck's sake. Alright? Go hang out with Chris Chan, play some Sonic, you'll get over that shit. Alright? Get over how, you're just mad that the Ocarina of Time. So you can scroll down here, and they got, as soon as you find it, of course they got over it. It was one of the worst takes ever anybody could ever, like, say. Okay. So, this right here was also, I told them, I was like, you suck, go play Sonic, okay? Stop playing this game. You suck, okay? I like how people are thinking, I like how people are thinking how I am comparing Ocarina of Time to Sonic. I don't like Ocarina of Time, but to say that Sonic is better in the first place is a... Shut up! Shut up! You need to go back to playing a fucking... You need to go back to playing a game, okay? You need to go back to playing Sonic. Leave the Zelda fans alone. Sonic sucks, okay? I will say that. I haven't bought a Sonic game in a while. It's because I am not a huge fan of Sonic. I used to like Sonic. There's very few games in the Sonic world that I actually am a fan of. But most Sonic fans are furries. Let's face that. Most Sonic fans are degenerates. Fans of Chris Chan. Alright? This is why I'm not a fan of Sonic. Okay? I never will. I wanted to play Sonic Superstars 2D, and I probably still will. But that's because it's a reminder of nostalgia based on the Sonic 2 games. I didn't play too many other Sonic games. I mean, on the Sega, I played a couple. But beyond that, I didn't really play much past the GameCube era, because after the GameCube, all the Sonic games felt kind of boring to me. I tried playing Sonic Racing, boring. And not only that, they all started to look boring to me, But this is the worst take you could probably give on a game, especially as a Sonic fan. I don't like Ocarina of Time, but to say that, okay, so if you don't like Ocarina of Time, what the fuck are you doing playing the game? What are you doing playing the game? Sonic fans need to shut their damn mouth, okay? You got Sega wondering why Sonic isn't doing better than Mario, okay? You got a Sonic fan criticizing one of the best games from the Nintendo 64. Do you really think this is what, you're putting a bad reputation on Sonic, first of all, by sitting there and saying, well, Ocarina of Time is not a good game. Shut up. Shut up. It doesn't matter how many cool characters you put in Sonic. I will still never care about Sonic to that level. Sonic is my least favorite game out. I have not bought a Sonic game in like forever. The only last Sonic game I bought was Sonic 2 for the Sega. And that's because the nostalgia for it. It's also a very good game. Let's move past this. But please, don't talk about a game if you're playing Sonic and you don't like it, okay? My thing is, if you don't like a game, move on. Don't come back and criticize it. And leave it alone. Go hang out with your people. Go hang out with your furries. Or whatever the fuck you want to hang out with. Sonic people hang out with furries, okay? That's just mainly what I picked up from these people that idolize Sonic. Because they're a bunch of fucking furry weirdos that will go around and criticize everything else. Like, fucking, I remember back in September, alright, back in September specifically, I was playing Mega Man, and anytime I'd post something of Mega Man up, a Sonic fan would start posting shit. As if, like, they were legit mad that I was posting Mega Man stuff. Sonic fans suck, man. Sonic fans literally fucking suck. They're not games I like to play. And I know they're video game culture, but they've gotten to a point where they're video game culture and they're acting like it's the end of the world when, I don't know, just stupid. Don't give a fucking horrible take knowing that you're a fan of this trash. All right. The reason I don't play Sonic is simply because let's go into this again. The reason I don't play Sonic, come on. I don't want to follow this son of a bitch. I just want to look at the profile. Because they're you know why I don't play Sonic? Let me give you a real hint as to why. All right. This is the main hint as to why. This shit is the hint as to why I don't play Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright? You drew a fucking body of a woman on a bat-looking creature. Fucking weirdo. I will sit there and I will criticize Sonic fans, because Sonic fans are they're pretty much on a level of degen that I can't explain, and that's why I don't play Sonic games. Anytime I want to play a Sonic game, it's like I think about the degeneracy behind some of the fan base, and that's why I don't really play them. I just some food for take. I'm not into that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is really, really just degen to me, and it's not something I want to get into. Fans of Sonic can be mad at Ocarina of Time all they want, but at the end of the day, you're not proving why anybody is even remotely wanting to. You're not proving anything good about yourself. You're going and criticizing a game that's far more superior and better than a Sonic game has ever been, and that's just stating facts. All right. All right. Let's move on. All right, let's check this out. All right, PC Gamer. Let's check out this open world martial art tactical RPG with dozens of story paths. After 8 months in early access, Chinese martial arts RPG Hero Adventure Road to Passion will release on November 16th with a full English translation. The tactical martial arts combat combined with open world gameplay makes this an interesting and unique one for people who are fans of the genre or who really love the world of Wax Battle. I don't know what that says. I think I got that right. In the Zero to Hero story of your protagonist, a guy who starts out the game getting their butt whooped by chickens and can only go up from there. Jesus. Where did that go? I didn't go down that. Okay. Can only go up from there. It's kind of old school structure of story driven yet open world RPG. This like Morrowind that I love to see, letting you sequence, break, and figure out how to proceed on your own. There are a ton of unique techniques to learn and sets to join, as well as characters to recruit, leaving you with a ton of combinations. What's best about the game really is that you can have varied relationships with everyone you meet. Seriously, this is the best part of this game? Come on now. There's more important shit in video games than I've ever seen. Alright? In Zelda, the most important part is you go in, you fight the boss, and you kill the boss. Okay? Even watching Tomb Raider, the best part in the game is the boss fucking fight. Alright? To sit there and say relationships are the best part. And relationships with everyone you meet is the best part. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Please stop making games if you think that's the best part. Please stop reviewing games if you think that is the best part. What is this thing that we're doing where we're all like hippie-like and being like, well, relationships are the best part in a video game? Yes. Yes, you can do that in every video game. My thing is alright, so I'll change my mind. The best part in a Zelda game, in a Tomb Raider game, in any game, is the adventure along the way. If you think building relationships in a video game is the best part of the video game. I hate to break it to you, but I'm probably not gonna play this thing. If you think that's the best part of it. Peace, love, and hippie. Oh, shut up. Shut up. You're about as bad as a Sonic motherfucker. Who I want to, like, slap for even saying that, for even slaying what they'd said. That's a genre staple of Wax, Jingu, martial art, world story, but the game rarely goes so far as to let you do stuff like offend people and game the eternal and enmity just because they're rude to you, or even kill them because and become kill on sight of their entire martial art sect. Who made this game? My thing is, like, you can't sit there and be like, well, we have to make a game where you can get offended, but you can't hurt a person. You can't hurt a person's feelings. You can't say anything back to them. You just have to deal with that shit. What world are we living in right now? That's okay. Okay. The full release will also come with a complete English translation founded by the success of the game's early access. The current English translation is a community-driven effort that will be replaced on release. Though, as always, with one of the hardest languages in the world to translate to English, I'd expect some imperfections when that does come. There's a reason that even class Lux novels have taken decades to come to English-speaking world. As for its open world cred, this excellent quote from the Steam forums, someone else asking for help sums up my experience nicely. After donating 100 guana to Leah Tewadin, a Shefia temple, he talks about the bronze men fight how do I trigger it? And is it possible to do so if I'm part of the lewd old man sect? Suffice to say, there's a lot of weird things to get up to in a very, very detailed world. You can find Hero Adventures on Steam for $18. I'll close out the article with a lovely pixel art town, square and gallery screenshot. Ladies and gentlemen, this looks beautiful, okay? It looks beautiful. I'm just gonna say that. These look beautiful. I like the art style. It's very, like, 2023 mixed with the 2D style, okay? But when I hear somebody say you can't do certain actions in games, like you can't kick somebody's butt for speaking poorly about you, the point of a video game is to be able to do that. All right. And when I hear you can't do that, it's just like, okay, what's the point of, like, even being able to play this? You know, the best part, and it's like they even said, the best part of it is you can build relationships. Okay, cool. You make me want to play it less. What the fuck? And then Fortnite comes at the end. Go figure. Okay. That makes me not even want to play this now because Fortnite popped up in the end. I know everybody is excited about that new Fortnite thing that came out, that the DLC or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm not interested in playing Fortnite either. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so Hilarious Overwatch. No. This is stupid, okay? This is why some people shouldn't even be part of the video game community, because you're doing a Disney thing here, okay? The reason I'm not a fan of this. Hold on, let me get my light. I need to buy, like, a light for up in that corner to shine down on me. I used to have one. Alright. Alright, so what I want to say is this right here is a bunch of BS, okay? Why are we taking bad guys and being allowed to use them. All right. Back in the 90s, back all the way when superhero novels started, okay? You were always supposed to yeah, okay. So there are moments you can become you'll become fans of the villain just because of how cool they are in some aspects. But we take the villain far too often, and we turn them we we take the villain far too often, and then we put them into we take the villain, and then we turn around and we use him. We glorify the bad side of things, okay? We don't glorify the good side of things anymore. That's why I brought up to somebody, if you take the movie The Godfather and you put it in, for me, like, I'm not a fan of the Godfather movies simply because they're glorified stories of crime from the bad guy, okay? I'd like, if I'm gonna see a glorified story of a person doing something wrong, I want it to be a vigilante story. I want it to be a story about how, like, these, somebody's going out and trying to somebody's going out and trying to get revenge on something. Sort of like how the Punisher is, okay? We don't get that aspect anymore of that. We went straight to, like, idolizing the bad guy, and then we turn away from that good guy mentality, that guy that's out there trying to do justice in his own way because justice never got served to them. So we're we're actually getting excited over villains now, which is completely weird. All right, and I don't want to see, the thing that I'm looking at with this, and this makes me not even think about wanting to play this because that's a bunch of bullshit. Um, is that we shouldn't be making villains into like these. We shouldn't be idolizing the villains in these movies and all that, because that, for me, I see it a lot in real life where people will idolize the villain or respect the villain or like respect the bad guy, and then I get myself into a lot of trouble, and then they make me into the villain because I didn't respect the bad guy to begin with. All right, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this. We need to start seeing, like, I like movies like The Boondock Saints. I like movies like Batman. I like RoboCop. Any movie that is where, like, a guy is doing justice for his own reasons and not just going out to do justice just to, you know, the bad side of things isn't injustice. It's very criminalistic, and it's not something I'm gonna, I'll support. Like, no, you go back into the story of Naruto, for example. Now, I watched all of that. Not the best. Like, okay, so I'm over anime at this point, but I want to state this about Naruto. You find out that the brother of Naruto, Itachi, did it. He did what he did for a legit reason, and it might have been something bad, but he did it because the instructor told him to, and he didn't want the village to end. So he wiped out the whole clan, of course, and that's why we got that story like we did. But we need to stop, like, idolizing bad guys, okay? Idolizing bad guys and idolizing them to a point where it's just acceptable among society is a stupid idea to begin with, okay? You don't know if somebody's actually, you don't know if somebody's actually getting hurt out there or anything like that. And then when we accept the bad guys, we're accepting a whole lot of wrong into the world, and then we're like, well, that's okay now. You can go out and do horrible stuff. That's where we need to get a reality check, okay? That's where the reality check needs to come in. Because respecting the bad guy and acts of respecting acts of courage are good, okay? Respecting acts of courage are a very good thing. That's why I like Link so much. Link does acts of courage all the time, and when a hero, when somebody that is just some average guy goes out and tries to be a hero, I look at it and I praise it because I look at it this way. if he survives, that's good. If he ends up dying, that's not fun. But at least he did what he did, and he did it out of courage. You got to understand. That's why I don't look at criminals as doing good things. That's why I'm not respective of towards, like Mad Max was an example. He went out and did everything out of courage. We got to stop idolizing these bad guys, though. You know, that's where this like stupidity comes in at. Silent Hill 2 remake leak has fans of Pyramid Head excited. How many fans are there of Pyramid Head to begin with? And I should have did this during Halloween, but Silent Hill is actually a place in Pennsylvania. It's called Centralia, Pennsylvania. That I used to pass, and apparently here. I'm actually from the state of Pennsylvania, and this is how you know. All right, so Centralia, Pennsylvania. Okay, so it's just a burned down rubble, like just a mess. All right, so if you go in images, you can find out that this is just a real place, and this is what Silent Hill is based on. Unfortunately, people want. Okay, so I guess this is from like years ago, and this is now. But this is where Silent Hill actually is. Somebody from Pennsylvania took Centralia, Pennsylvania, or somebody who's doing Silent Hill took Centralia, Pennsylvania, and turned it into like a Silent Hill video game. All right, because even here, you see the mist coming up from the ground. And the reason that is because underneath the ground is an inferno. Okay, it's some kind of inferno that goes on non-stop underground, and I'm not sure what causes it. But I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be weird to say, but I feel like that's a volcano underneath. Just for some reason, why is it hot all year long? Why is it like? I think that's what that is. But this is real. This is real stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is where Silent Hill, the video game, came out of. The idea for the video game came out of Centralia, Pennsylvania. I'm actually from, see right here, 1983 now, and you can just see how like much of a ghost town it is compared to what it used to be. And Silent Hill is based off of this entire area. All right. All right. So let's go back to this. All right. Boomer teams. Blooper team's upcoming remake of Silent. First of all, this name says a lot about who's creating this. And I don't know who they are, but I'm just saying that's how stupid it sounds. Okay, just being honest, you sound like you don't know what you're doing already. All right. Upcoming remake of Silent Hill 2 may include a playable original story for the game's notorious antagonist, Pyramid Head. So they're going into the backstory of Pyramid Head and what they want to. Okay, so years after clamoring for a remake, or at least a new entry, in the survival horror franchise, during the Silent Hill transmission showcase in October 2022, Konami finally announced Silent Hill 2 would be getting a remake. Since then, very little has been shared about the progress of the game's development, other than a teaser trailer that revealed the controversial new look for the protagonist, James Sunderland, but the lack of official info has stopped fans from trying to glean information from Steam updates, rating websites, and online stores descriptions, sparking all kinds of rumors about Silent Hill 2 remake. The latest tidbit is that fans of the franchise excited is Best Buy's Canada product description for Silent Hill 2 remake, which states that games will include a playable origin story for fan favorite characters Pyramid Head designed by artist Moshim Mo Mas Shiro, I guess Ito. The creepy and energetic bad guy with a triangle for a hat has sparked the series and speculation among fans since the first game launched in 2001. So, yeah, good time to be making a remake of this right now. So, the idea that perhaps details about his purpose will be revealed in the remake has people looking forward to pending release even more. It's generally accepted that Pyramid Head is a manifestation of James Sunderland's troubled psyche and conflicting feelings. The protagonist has himself, his wife's terminal illness, and the way it has altered their relationship. Pyramid Head is relentless and violent towards anybody and anything, even monsters he encounters in the town of Silent Hill, and James has multiple run-ins with terrifying creatures throughout the game. Now it's been over a year since the remake of Silent Hill 2 was first revealed, and there is yet to be a release date announcement. There have, however, been multiple fan guesses made about the game, based on hints from voice actors and updates to the game's Steam page. The latest rumored release date is March 2024, but considering that about the fourth leak release date for the game thus far, it's best to take a bit of similar news with a pinch of salt. Fans will just have to be patient and wait for the Konami to give an official update. In the meantime, though, it has been universally well received. Many fans of the series have turned to the recently released Silent Hill Ascension to satiate them while they wait. Huh, that's weird. Roblox removes Toyota cars. Alright, let's see what this is about. I don't play Roblox, but it does get a lot of talk. Toyota branded cars have been removed from Roblox. The sandbox title have been around in one form or another for almost 2 decades, but Roblox has seen a rise in popularity in the last few years thanks to the game expanding into the mobile and home console space. The sandbox game allows players to build and create almost any genre of video game they can imagine before uploading it to other players to enjoy. These levels and games can be themed, however gamers want, with some players even creating games in Roblox that are based on tragic events. As players continue to generate their own content, the Roblox Corporation is removing certain aspects of the game. One recent change noted by Reddit user BushFad08 is that all Toyota branded cars have been removed entirely from Roblox. The image posted on social media forum shows that the player's 2020 Velfire Perry has been removed from all servers in the game and can no longer be accessed in any of the Roblox car dealerships. The removal also accounts for Lexus and Daitis brands, as they are also owned by Toyota Group parent group. Thankfully, BushFan08 has been refunded for the removal of their car transaction, and even though this is disappointing, this is a disappointing move by Roblox. At least people won't be able to won't be out of pocket for any old purchases. Fans replying to the post are naturally disappointed with the move, especially as this isn't the first time Roblox has removed branded cars. A few weeks ago, BMW and Lamborghini also removed their vehicles from the hit sandbox game. The removal of certain cars has been the only hurdle faced by players looking to enjoy the sandbox experience in recent weeks. Since October 26, Roblox no longer accepts storefront free to buy listings of bodies and heads, meaning players cannot share free cosmetic items. Instead, gamers must pay a minimum fee of 75 Robux, the equivalent of 60 cents, if they want to download other user granted materials. It is likely that these changes are due to expiring license fees with the car manufacturer, as Roblox looks to stem any unannounced expenditures. The Roblox Corporation posted a $900 million loss in 2022, so it would seem the company is making an effort to shore up spending. It remains to be seen if the changes will impact the number of active players within the game. But with the title still experiencing player growth, Roblox isn't likely to be disappearing anytime soon. Well, why? I mean, I don't see it. So the only thing that would make me make me think it's disappearing is the fact that like you basically said that cars are going missing, and then you're suffering from loss of money. But since then the server hasn't gone down, so I don't know what to say. What is this? Detailed about rejected pitch for a Portal-like Wii exclusive game. Alright, never mind. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna read that, because that's kind of like history. That's kind of cool. Alright. Nintendo Wii could have had a Portal-like video game. Alright. Details regarding a Wii exclusive game that was in development at Retro Studios have appeared online, which describe it as being similar to Valve's Portal. While the studio is best known for its work on Metroid Prime series, the developer has tried and branched out into creating other series, and games for Nintendo. This can be seen with the games like Mario Kart 7, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Though the studio has a history of pinching several other games to Nintendo, these include failed pitches for Zelda spin-offs such as tactical strategy RPG known as Heroes of Hyrule. Yes, we gotta stop with these spin-offs, guys. These spin-offs are not that great. I have a gripe, and I still own it. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is by far a game on its own. They should have never brought it out, saying that it's like has some connection back to Breath of the Wild, because like when you actually look at it, it does, but the connections are all like, based on like the characters and outfits and stuff like that. You put a whole different spin on the story, and I feel like they took it into Tears of the Kingdom and tried to do something with it like that. For all we know, and this is now that I sit here and think about this, what if Age of Calamity was just shortly before Breath of the Wild? Like, what if that time frame? Okay, so this is me just thinking about Zelda lore right now. So we have we have Age of Calamity, okay, and then we have Ganon gets revived again, but he comes back again as Calamity Ganon, and we get all that mess from Breath of the Wild. And then we go even deeper into that story. So this whole story of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is like 3 stories already. Because that would technically put um, Age of Calamity first, Breath of the Wild, and then Tears of the Kingdom. And we may have just saw the beginning of what Ganon's evolution in that game, because Ganon was he was a form that was, so the thing about Ganon is every time he resurrects, he's a different form, okay? So that first form we saw of Ganon could be that stage right there in Age of Calamity, okay? And then, but the thing is, like, that really throws me off, and the reason I can't put it together also is because that battle takes place in the castle. So you mean to tell me after that battle was over, you went and rebuild the whole castle again, just for it to be wiped out again? And then on top of that, you go back again and destroy the same castle? I would think Zelda's family started fixing that castle. By now, like, I look at it this way. What if, in the future, the next Legend of Zelda game leads Link to being King of Hyrule along with marrying Zelda? That could be the possibility. Because we saw something in Tears of the Kingdom, which, if you know, like, I'm not trying to give away the ending, but if I am, spoiler alert, okay? But at the end of Tears of the Kingdom, we see a romantic factor between Link and Zelda, okay? Where Link and Zelda fall to the ground, but they're grabbing each other's hands, okay? Which is, a little bit of intimacy between Link and Zelda, okay? So what if we take that and go even deeper with it? And what if, like, the final story for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild is Link becoming king and getting married to Zelda? Maybe that's the ultimate ending that they're working towards right now. Because Link in this game and Zelda in this game, they were teenagers. They were like 16 years old in Breath of the Wild. And in this game, they're like in their 20s. So like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So they're in their 20s, okay? And in the next game, whenever that is, what if they take it and make Link older and that he ends up getting married to Zelda and he becomes King of Hyrule then? That would be the greatest ending to a Zelda game ever. Solely because for playing Zelda all these times, we've seen very few incidences where Link actually is like intimate towards Zelda that way. And maybe that is what they're working up to with this whole storyline. I don't know. I'm looking at it from a fan standpoint and a timeline standpoint, and I do see what the possibility of everything is. But you made me go off topic with this right here. Okay. So Retro Studios was swinging into high gear around 2008 with the release of Metroid Prime. The what does that say? Something. I can't. Okay. Metroid Prime 3. So, okay. The final game in the trilogy at the time, it was a game that took full advantage of console technology with Metroid Prime 3, ease of its motion controls still being praised to this day. The developer then stated prototyping a brand new game using Prime 3's engine known as Adept, which was similar to Valve's Portal. Okay, this was detailed in a brand new video game from Did You Know Gaming, where prototype footage of Adept was showcased. It looks and plays very similar to Portal, with the game's cylinder mechanics being very compared to Valve's game, unlike Portal. However, the player has unlimited amount they can put down. These cylinders can be used to fire, projectile, teleport, and even push anything that comes into them upwards. These cylinders could be used as a method of solving puzzles by launching objects to a certain areas with other mechanics, including firing and ice cylinders, which shoot element projectiles. Alright, so this prototype was created by programmer of Metroid Prime 2 and 3, Paul Tozoer, who was able to pitch this game to Nintendo's higher-ups in Japan. And the product that oversaw Retro Studios, Kensuke Tanoba, unfortunately, due to a variety of factors from Tanabe, man, these are names I can't pronounce, not understanding what Portal was to Zoar, attempts to get him to play Portal for being unsuccessful. Due to him sharing a copy being seen as giving a gift, which went against the company's policy. So giving a gift is against the company policy. That's weird. I mean, it'd be cool if they took it though, and just, I don't know. It's kind of, some of these rules are just ridiculous. But at the same time, most companies are like, don't take money from people, don't take tips or anything like that. And the insular nature of Nintendo development, the pitch didn't go through, which Tozoer blamed himself for. Despite the setback and exclusivity at Retro Studios told Tozoer that he could keep working on Adept if he converted it from a Wii to a Nintendo DS game instead. However, Tozoer believed Adept would work as well on the DS either. The video also goes into more development details regarding past pitches that Retro Studios had proposed to Nintendo, such as Nintendo DS exclusive, the Blob game, and more information on Project X. That's how much it was back then. So they didn't go too much into price. Like, they didn't change the price too much since then, because we're still getting Nintendo Switches at like $249. But yeah, I sitting there and thinking about it, if they're gonna continue on the Tears of the Kingdom trilogy or Breath of the Wild trilogy, I do think they're gonna end it where, and this is just my opinion, but I do think they're gonna end it where Link and Zelda end up like in like a marriage of some sorts, because what they're doing is Nintendo didn't run out of ideas. They're just trying to create new ideas and spin on and to continue on the franchise here, because what we have now is two great games, one with good gameplay, the other one with not so great gameplay, but the story in particular is still kind of there. And what I would like to see Nintendo do, and this is just my opinion, is that Link gets his ultimate ending, which means we could see Link actually get married to Zelda and it end that way. And then at some point after that, Link would have to take care of his kingdom, like keep the stories going on. And then we could actually see the children of Zelda and Link, and move the whole Legend of Zelda thing into the children of the Link and Zelda down the line. If it's gonna be a girl, we can play as a girl. If it's gonna be a boy, like, or they could be a brother and sister, we play each storyline that they have growing up until, the end of their storyline. I think that would be great. I think that'd be awesome to see because I don't watch anime much, but I noticed one thing about anime, and this is just something I think would be cool to see. But we see an anime where the antagonist or the protagonist always ends up getting married at the end of the story, okay? And then we go into we go into their children's stories, okay? So what if they want to do that? What if they want to do something like that with Legend of Zelda? I think that would be pretty amazing to see, like, a young version of Link and Zelda going out into the world, taking care of Hyrule themselves as, as a young person. And then we would get the whole, like, we'd get a new timeline, some kind of new timeline or whatever to the Legend of Zelda games. That's just my take about it. But I do think they're trying to keep this time. Do think they're trying to keep Breath of the Wild going. And then in the future, we'll see the children of Link and Zelda. And we won't see this ancestor stuff anymore. We might actually see the children of Link and Zelda go and, save Hyrule in the future. Save some other point of their world. Because Hyrule isn't the only place that exists. And I feel like how vast and broad Hyrule is, I feel like there's a part outside of Hyrule that Nintendo hasn't explored yet, and Nintendo hasn't made yet. And I know that's just how I feel about it. I feel like we could get something later on down the road that's going to be much more different than Zelda. And I think what they want to do is, I think they want to wrap up. I think it'd be a great way to wrap up, Legend of Zelda in general, showing that they have children, and then playing as the children. Just something I think that would be really cool. Because forever, we've seen this go on forever. We've seen Link and Zelda go on for we've seen Legend of Zelda, and Link never gets that kiss at the end. Link never gets, Link. It doesn't really specify it, but there are times where Link does get the girl. Like, you can just tell at the end of Skyward Sword. There are little moments and details that show he ends up with Zelda. So, all right. So let's get back into it. That's just my thoughts and my opinions on it. So, Jesus, these people in Sonic the Hedgehog are crazy. They're crazy. Okay. They act like they act. Okay. So what we're seeing now is we're seeing the Sonic community just rise up and being like, hey, fuck every other game out there. Sonic the Hedgehog is a lot better. Okay, that's what they're doing right now. Because ever since we've seen that thing with, where they're mad that, Super Mario Bros. Super Mario is bigger than Sonic. They're mad right now. They're fucking pissed. Alright? And that's what we're seeing here. Alright, so... Because this, we keep seeing stuff about Sonic right now. Extremely rare Sonic the Hedgehog Xbox Series X console is being auctioned for an insane amount. All right. So what's rare about this? Like, what's so rare about it? I want to read. One extremely rare variant of Xbox Series X console, S console, based on the Sonic the Hedgehog, is currently up for auction with an insane starting bid of $5,000. Xbox Series S is a disc-like version of the Xbox Series X console, being more oriented for gamers who prefer digital-only libraries. The console has had a lot of different variants released since its launch, including ones based on the two Sonic the Hedgehog theatrical films. However, these are extremely rare, with both of the Xbox Series S consoles being given away for free by Microsoft to celebrate the premiere of the film at the time of this release. Man. I literally am on the verge right now of just like hating Sonic fans. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally on the verge of disliking Sonic fans at this point. Because this is like, these are acts of like being just ultimately pissed off at the video game community that your video game didn't do as well as it had been. And fans are just like furious right now because they're not seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if fans are like furious that the game didn't make it onto the game of the year, because it's not gonna make it onto the game of the year. There are people that already said that they played it and didn't like it. It's still on my playlist, but at this point, you're making me not like Sonic. I hate to break it to you, but Sonic is gonna be one of those games I'm not gonna like here very soon. At this rate, all right. This Xbox Series S console, based on the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, is one of the strangest versions of the hardware that has been put out. And it also offers a pair of matching fuzzy controllers based on Sonic and Knuckles. The console has both Sonic and Knuckles fighting each other on the front, along with a gold ring above it. It was given away in a special sweepstakes on Twitter, meaning there are very few of these versions of the console out in the wild. However, one has recently been put up for auction with an insane starting bid. The console was listed on eBay by seller SMJ 500 or 05, where they had the console listed at the starting bid of 5,000. This listing shows photos of the system and special box that it was contained in. This includes the console, the fuzzy controller based on Sonic and Knuckles. I don't like... Dude. Why are you doing such dumb shit for a fucking game based on animals? And a giant ring lid with a film logo, according to the seller, while the console was given away in the sweepstakes, they obtained this system through their connections in the gaming industry. Fucking fuck this, man. This is stupid. This is fucking dumb as hell. Dude, this is why I don't like furries. You guys fucking do dumb shit. You want dumb shit. Alright, fuck furries. Fuck this whole anime fucking furry shit, okay? Fuck it all. Alright? Stop pushing this on to everybody. This is pissing me off. Because, like, this is an attempt to get furries to become popular. That's what this is a fucking attempt for. The seller explains that the console itself wasn't used much, other than to ensure that it can power on and that it could sign into Xbox Live service. The controllers haven't been used either, with all original packaging intact. Based on the rough estimate given by the seller, there was likely only 5 to 50 units of the console produced, making it one of the rarest Xbox console variants of all time. These promotional items were met with a mixed reception, as while fans praised the look of the Xbox Series S console, they similarly criticized the choice to make the controllers a very furry skin, of course. Fucking fuck degeneracy, man. With many believing it would be uncomfortable to use them, there is only one bid on this listing as of this writing. Since $5,000 might be a deal breaker for some to pay for this console, the auction ends on November 6, 2023. So bids might crop up by then. It's done. All right, let's get rid of this shit. Okay, I'm tired of this fucking. Dude, this is why I stopped watching anime. This is why I stopped. Oh my! What is with you people? in this fucking bizarre shit that you want to do. Dude, I'm 35, and I used to know people who fucking were into this stuff. You know, what drives me nuts about it now is I want to take them, I want to take their outfits and just burn them. Bash the fucking heads in of the costumes and burn the fucking shit out of them because they're a bunch of fucking ingrates. All right, I'm done. I'm done. This right here, this Sonic the Hedgehog shit needs to stop. Stop trying to make this fucking game blow up. I hate to break it to you, but at this point, I hate Sonic now. I'm not a fan of Sonic. I don't want to play Sonic. Fuck Sonic. Fuck the idea of, like, man. Just go extinct already. Fuck, you know, go extinct, please. Nobody fucking should want to play Sonic. Alright, at this point, I've seen enough of this. I'm a little irritated about this. I don't like Sonic. I think it's just a bunch of BS, and people need to lay the fuck off of it. You already dissed on one of the greatest games of all time because your game sucks. Because nobody was playing your game on the time of the Nintendo 64. That's why you're pissed. Alright? Stop being a fucking fan. Well, no, what I can say is stop being a fan of this bullshit, okay? This is degeneracy. You know? We got people who fucking love Sonic and dress like fucking weirdos, okay? We got people who love Sonic and fucking have dumbass controllers that look like this. And then I bet you any money, I know who fucking buying those. Bet you any money. Some fucking weirdo in an outfit needs to be punched in their face. This fucking furry shit needs to be against the law. I swear, like, stop trying to become an animal, please. You say really retarded stuff, like, you act like... I can't stand the fucking furry community. Just saying. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. This is it for me today. I can't take any more of this shit. I'm done with Sonic 2. I'm officially done. Alright, with that said, I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy. And, hopefully you don't get mad at me about this fucking rejected shit. Alright. I used to like Sonic, but man, I don't like it now because of the shit that's happening with it. You're gonna keep pissing off people till nobody likes Sonic anymore. You know, I don't understand how people can just be accepting of the fucking whole community of fucking people dressing in furry costumes and then, like, I'm done. I'm done talking. Alright. Take it easy.